Senator Rosen, you're recognized. I thought I would just create a stir down there.
No, I thank you to my seatmates on both sides. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We take care of each other. And again, thank you, Chairman Wicker, Ranking Member Reed, for holding this hearing. Mr. Secretary, we have a short amount of time, so I'm just going to ask a few simple questions, and I would just appreciate if, for some of them, you would just answer yes or no. And so, Secretary Hegseth, would you agree that every senior official in the Department of Defense must reflect the values and conduct that our service members must uphold and our citizens expect?
Senator, we want to uphold the highest possible standards.
I'll take that for a yes. So would you also agree, then, that anti-Semitism and anti-Semitic conspiracy theories have no place in our government or military? Yes or no?
They should not.
Thank you. So would you also agree that anyone who has posted, and I'm going to quote, anti-Semitic conspiracy theories lifted right out of a neo-Nazi playbook, end quote, shouldn't be anywhere near a position of power? Yes or no?
Since I don't believe the characterization of many officials in the news media, I would need to see precisely what's being characterized.
But generally, would you not say that if
generally
we
speaking,
thought something
sure.
was coming out of a neo-Nazi playbook, it doesn't have any place in our Department of Defense? Now, Secretary Hegseth, the quote that I just read you was referencing Ms. Kingsley Wilson, the DOD press secretary. It's a direct quote from her, who my Republican colleagues on this committee have also expressed alarm over due to her comments. In fact, one colleague said, and I'm going to quote again, "Obviously, I don't agree with her comments. I trust the Pentagon will address this," end quote. However, in the months since, not only have you not addressed these anti-Semitic comments, you have promoted Ms. Wilson. This seems to be at odds, honestly, with President Trump's commitment, very public commitment, to combat anti-Semitism, which you just said you two agreed with. So, Secretary Hegseth, given the rise in anti-Semitic violence, hate crimes in our nation, and to show that the Trump administration, your administration, does have a zero-tolerance policy for anti-Semitism, will you dismiss Ms. Kingsley from her role as a U.S. military spokesperson today, yes or no?
Again, that's why I referenced the context and characterization.
Well, we'll send you the quote,
I've worked
sir.
directly with her. She does a fantastic job, and there's any suggestion that I or her or others are party to anti-Semitism is a mischaracterization attempting to win political points.
Sir, and I'm going to
Senator,
say
you're attempting to win political points on the backs of mischaracterizing the statements of a member of my department, and I'm not going to stand for that.
You are not a serious person. You are not serious about rooting out, fighting anti-Semitism within the ranks of our DOD. It's despicable. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. I'm going to move on to General Hawk. The sudden and inexplicable dismissal of General Hawk. He serves both Director of the National Security Agency, Commander of U.S. Cybercom. It's deeply concerning, raises significant questions about the decision-making process, its potential consequences. Public reports indicate that the removal of General Hawk, who has served his country proudly, has been influenced by social media influencer, a personality on social media, Lomer, spreads conspiracy theories. She's been denounced even by Republicans. And the idea is that any leaders within our agencies responsible for our nation's security, somebody would be dismissed based on the advice of a social media influencer is alarming, to say the least. It's surely not how we should be running our military. So were you consulted regarding General Hawk's dismissal, yes or no?
Welcome back to Voice of the Capitol. Today's Senate hearing turned into a heated clash as Senator Jackie Rosen grilled Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth on allegations of anti-Semitism within the Department of Defense and the controversial dismissal of General Hawk. What began as direct yes or no questions quickly spiraled into fiery accusations, political jabs, and a tense showdown that left the room stunned. Let's break down exactly what happened and why this exchange could reshape the conversation about leadership, accountability, and influence in our nation's defense. Senator Rosen opened with a simple but loaded question. Should every senior Pentagon official reflect the values expected of service members? Secretary Hegseth cautiously agreed, but what followed set the tone for the confrontation. Rosen pressed him on anti-Semitism, asking whether anti-Semitic conspiracy theories lifted straight out of a neo-Nazi playbook had any place in the military. Rosen then zeroed in on Pentagon Press Secretary Kingsley Wilson, citing past remarks she described as rooted in dangerous anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. Instead of distancing himself, Hegseth defended Wilson, praising her work and accusing Rosen of playing politics. His refusal to directly condemn the comments or promise action only intensified the tension. The questioning then shifted to the abrupt removal of General Hawk, who led the NSA and U.S. Cyber Command. Reports suggest his dismissal may have been influenced by far-right media personality Lomer, a claim that alarmed both sides of the aisle. Rosen pressed Hegseth repeatedly. Was he consulted? Did he personally approve the firing? Was there a legitimate justification? Hegseth insisted he made the final decision, while refusing to confirm or deny conversations with outside influencers. The exchange grew more hostile. When Hegseth dismissed Rosen's line of questioning as unserious, she fired back, accusing him of being feckless or complicit.
Well, Senator, I would not advise believing everything you read in the media. And I'm
were you
consulted on every single decision.
Okay,
I'm the
so that's
decision maker
alarming.
for the
It's your
department, and we all
department,
serve
Mr.
at the pleasure of the president,
Okay.
and
So
we have
what
the
was your-
prerogative to
what
make
was
those
your
decisions
what
the
was your
best for the
recommendation?
country,
Did you
and we did
personally
that.
approve Mr. Hawk's dismissal, yes or no?
Anyone coming or going
Personally
at the
approve
Defense
it.
Department, especially at that level, would ultimately be a decision
So
made by
that's a
me,
yes.
and I
Did you
stand
personally
behind that.
relieve him?
Excuse
Did
me?
you personally relieve him? Yes or no?
Anyone at that level
You did,
who is
so that's a
relieved
yes.
would be relieved by the Secretary of Defense.
Was there a specific justification for General Hawk's dismissal? Was there a specific justification for General Hawk's dismissal?
Ma'am, we all serve at the pleasure of the president, and the president deserves the type
it
of
true?
commanders and advisors that he thinks will best
Did you
equip him
discuss General
to
Hawk's
accomplish the
dismissal with
mission.
Laura Lomer prior to his removal?
I don't discuss who I talk about anything with, but ultimately this is my decision, and he serves at the pleasure of the president, and that's why he's no longer there.
So do you believe it's appropriate for any social media personality to influence personnel decisions in your department, yes or no?
I believe your time is up, Senator.
Oh, it is not up to you to tell me when my time is up.
Well, the time
And I
of
am
the
going to say,
senator.
Mr. Secretary, you're either feckless or complicit. You're not in control of your department. This is unserious. It is shocking. You're not combating anti-Semitism within your ranks. It's a dangerous and pivotal time in our nation's history. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back. And I don't appreciate the smirk, sir. You are the Secretary of Defense.
The time of the gentlelady has expired.
And to what extent are outside voices influencing critical defense decisions? As tensions rise, this exchange will likely fuel further scrutiny, not just of Hegseth's leadership, but of the administration's approach to safeguarding the integrity of America's military institutions. Stay tuned for more breakdowns of the debates shaping Washington. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss a moment from Voice of the Capitol.